37. Now Green, staying on the ground. Let's hope he's all right. We'll check on his status when we get back. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
A first down throw for Walker.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
To throw is Walker.
On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Now Walker.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Chapman. That catch good for only a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throw left side complete. That's Chapman. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
They'll run on first down. It's Chapman, and he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on that 1st down sack. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the 1st quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
They'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Hughes. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Blanketed coverage by Houston makes it 4th down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. How they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. The kick by Bass is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Houston set to take over. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Walker now. In trouble, and he's taken down. Gregory Rousseau in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point.
You call plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the 1st down sack. Walker. And that one complete to Keene, the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Walker. And that is incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st down, it's Chapman.
Zaven Collins there to make the play defensively.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 27. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hughes. That catch good for only a couple. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Back to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
And that's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks. And you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
We're still in the 1st quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
The extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Now Houston's offense taking over again. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. On 2nd and 9, Walker. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. For a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. And they go play action. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And if you're wondering just how quickly that sack occurred, the next-gen stats tell us 2.6 seconds is all he had to throw the football.
37 yards on the punt with no return, and possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hughes. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. He finds his man complete. It's Hughes.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hughes. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now back to throw. And this is Simpson with a catch. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately, They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The Falcons on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel they would come back and try it on 4th down.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Walker. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Let's go.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Kamara. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. A give. This is Kamara. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
That's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They run. It's Kamara. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Looking to throw. Walker. And his throw here's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Walker. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Looking to throw. Walker. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
Back to throw here. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Chapman. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers, 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Bring it up.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Houston.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Get ready.
First down, Walker. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run it with Kamara, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Texans get a bit closer. So, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, it looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Chapman. So no gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hughes. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So we're at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where you see the final score there. DeAndre Swift, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Dak Prescott has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And currently, they are tied with the visiting Bills in that one. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sack.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, third and long now. To throw is Walker. Flush to his right, and he will slide down with a good gain. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
They'll run on first down. Chapman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans 33.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 33. They're going to look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Hughes. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Touchdown, Falcons! A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench, because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. The lead is up to 18 now. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the Falcons score to cap it off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On 1st and 10, Walker. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. Play action now, Walker. And he will find his man Ruggs. And he is finally out of bounds, but he gets all the way down right around the 20. A huge play there for Houston. Well, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Walker. Looking for Ruggs again, and he's got him again. And they'll get this down to the 10. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Walker now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Kamara. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Stonewalled on 2nd down. Now let's see what they can do on 3rd and goal from the 2. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Let's give credit to the defense. They got plenty of bodies to the point of attack and stop the run. But I just wonder if the offensive line let down a little bit, knowing that the big guy was getting the ball, and it's expected him to pick up a first.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. The kick by Elliott is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Elijah Molden. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Well, this has been a bit of a tough game to figure out when it comes to him throwing the football. He's got the 3 touchdown passes, but now, Charles, this is a 3rd interception.
And those aren't really numbers that you'd like to see balance out. In a normal ledger sheet, if you can balance everything, you feel good about your day. But as a quarterback, you need your ratio to be more like 3 touchdown passes to 1 interception.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Walker. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal, trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans turn that interception into a touchdown. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Elliott good on the extra point, and this is back to an 8-point game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and in the end it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the blocks happen. They feel really good about their vision. And then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. He finds his man complete. That's Simpson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They'll set up a throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Simpson. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Texans scoop it. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. 85 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. 2nd and 5. He finds his man complete. That's Hughes. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Back to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who is open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Bass on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. And now out comes Houston. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun. Walker. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
That's a nice design there. But sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took him to the limits.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Left side here, caught by Clay. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long.
It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Looking deep downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And this score will stay right where it is. Now, this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
The Texans back out there and ready to go. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Walker. Going to go to Clement here out of the backfield.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Good footwork at the 30. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This time it's 3rd and 3. And that one complete to Keene, the tight end. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On the ground, Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. To throw is Walker. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he goes backwards here. Losing yardage back to the 16. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So out comes the field goal team once more. From the right hash, this from 33. The kick by Elliott is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Hands it off out of the gun. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right?
Right.
To him, it probably felt like hours because he's agonizing, like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Now back to throw. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 44-yard line.
I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. They're going to look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th.
This has not been a fun game for this defense. They've definitely had their share of struggles, but they needed to make a play right there, and they finally get it done on 3rd and goal.
So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. The kick by Bass is good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So an important one there as they widen their lead in this 4th quarter.
All right, partner, help me out with the math here. Make sure I am on point because the way I see it, the other guys still need 2 touchdowns, but in addition, a 2-point conversion. So this is
now a hit and a loose football. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. Well, that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well. And it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that challenge, a successful one.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Walker. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down it goes. Gregory Rousseau in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
He's NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the gun, Walker.
A throw right side caught by Keene.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Walker on 3rd down. Under pressure, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
Atlanta regains possession of the football.
And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is out of bounds here. Give him 9 yards on the carry there. A good run. And now 2nd and goal. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And they'll get this up to the 10, but that's all. A nice job there to bring him down defensively. And that's incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go with Kamara. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. First down now, but that clock rolling. It's complete. Kamara. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. Kamara there with a first down carry, but not much running room, and he takes it forward for only a couple. It's second down. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Walker from the gun on third down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by L'Jarius Sneed. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. And they take a knee. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Falcons, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.